Hello there, and we are live. See, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome to episode 8. Yeah, Ola, listen to this, yeah, episode 8 of
Racking
the
them up.
PremTalk Premier League show, episode 8 of the Ola and Claude show. See, yeah, Ola, it's the 8th episode, my brother.
Yeah.
I've missed you, man. Last time I saw you was May 2nd, and I've wanted you to come around, but I know you've been very busy.
Yeah.
I've been watching some of the shows you've been doing
So,
on your channel. You've been
yeah,
quite
bro.
busy too, and of course with work too. But Ola, man, I've not seen you since the total capitulation, of our team, the total decimation of our team by Brighton Football Club. Uh, and of course, you know what Man City have already done, with their second string team. They were able to beat that Everton side. Ola, where did it all go wrong for Arsenal Football Club? This was the
Um,
season that we're supposed to win this title on a platter. Ola, what is the problem? What happened? Just
um,
vent. Talk to us.
big up to everybody that's watching us right now, man. Salute to
Mm,
everybody still, man. I mean,
mm,
it's
mm,
been a minute since I've been on the show. Like my good friend here, my brother here, Tony, just
mm,
mentioned. So it's this is gonna be a little therapy session.
yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I see Naz in the chat. Salute to you, my bro. Big up
Yeah.
MUFC.
Mm.
Um,
Nats
what?
might be popping in later on. Later on, it's possible.
Yeah. I mean, when you say where did it go wrong, let's start from Everton. And I remember we did it. We did a preview show, and my last famous word before coming off the show was Sean Dyche was no mug, right?
The manager bounce, right?
That manager bounced, and
Mm,
he was gonna know what to do. So we drop points there, pick it back up, right? You know what I mean? But for me, that because these were games that I was expecting us to win. All right, what happened with the Queen and whatever else, and they had to shift that game.
yeah,
God rest the soul.
yeah.
But um, for me, that was the turning point because that's not 3 points we should be dropping. Had Lampard been there, even if they brought in Sean Dyche, those were 3 points we shouldn't be dropping. But that was the first
Mm,
little, the little blip where we saw, oh God, you know what, this might be a sticky situation here. But we picked it back up, and then we went to Anfield, right? Because let me say this right off the back: I've seen a lot of people, I've seen people online trying to justify us not going to not trying to justify us not winning the league this season to Manchester City because of how good Manchester City is, because of what they did to Real Madrid yesterday. I'm
mm.
here to declare that cap. That's absolute nonsense. Yeah,
It's big
hundred
cat.
percent nonsense. Because if people gonna say, "Oh, how are we supposed to compete with that? How are we supposed to compete with that?" We had 8 point gap on Manchester City. We dropped 2 points at West Ham when we were winning. We dropped 2 points to Southampton. They scored 9 seconds in with the foolishness that Ramsdale did. Right? That game ended up free. They relegated now, for fuck's sake. Relegated now. We gave them 3 points. I mean, 2 points. It felt like 3 points because we were losing 2-0. And then Anfield. Forget all the mistake of Anfield. I even wanted to give Anfield a bly. Yeah? But no, fuck that. I ain't giving it no black. We were 2-0 up and we had them, bruv. We had them. We were 2-0 up. Forget, you know what I mean? Because there's one thing we know about the Prem, right? When you give when you go 2-0 up, no team is
Mm,
really supposed to come back and claim it like that. They gotta at least work hard for it. Some of the
mm.
goals we considered. I still remember that Theo Walcott goal, man. Some of the goals
No.
we considered. the Ben
Man,
Rama.
Allah, you're opening old wounds, man. This
Well,
wounds feel already old, but it just looks like you're
they were
ripping
going
off
direct
the skin away
and
from the wound.
just
Ah.
lunging the ball towards Zinchenko's space, and that's how they got in most of the time during these 4-game scenarios. Right? Okay, we play Man City, we lose to Man City. I'm not going to count that because we know what they're really capable of. Like, look, we've been watching football a long time. We know what this team is capable of,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
And we
definitely.
saw it
Yeah.
last night. So going head to head with them, and how long we've lost to them consecutively, I didn't hold much hope for that. All I asked for this season was not to lose to them. That's that and to me that would have represented even a bigger progression, even though we finished second. For me, that would have represented bigger progression. Now that we're slugging it out with Man City and they're not even beating us. They're not even, Nottingham Forrest was capable of that this season. We couldn't even do that. So the one thing I wanted out of this season against Man City and when we played them was just not to lose to them. And if that was the case, maybe we'll still be in the shout. But look, we know how good Manchester City is. So when you look at it, the other teams in the league, we were supposed to go and take point. And look, I'm not throwing the baby out of the bathwater, people, because this season is still been good. Yeah, considering where we was coming from, right? But when you get to certain stages in the season and you see where you are, expectations change, which a lot of us again admitted to this season that okay, we're here in this position now. We're not talking about top 4 no more. We want to win this thing.
Yeah.
We're here now.
Yeah.
We're here now. It's like being in a car and someone already promised you a lift to take you somewhere.
Yeah.
And they're already outside, and you then say, you know what, I'm just going to take that 2-mile walk, that 3-mile walk. No, the car's outside now. Jump in it and, you know what I mean? Get to your destination.
Yeah.
It's almost like we took a moonwalk away from the league, bruv. That's how it felt. You there, you could taste it, you could feel it,
you could feel it, you could just
and then what happened with Manchester City. They overtake us. Fine, let's keep the pressure on. Maybe, just maybe, they might stumble because of these difficult games that they got.
Yeah.
Real Madrid, they drew 1-1. Okay, how are they going to do? We saw what they did last night again. And then you think to yourself, all right, maybe a league game going to be different. Everton made it just a tiny little bit difficult first 20 minutes. And then City just took, that goal from Hondogan. That goal, that just drop it on his thigh and just flicked it back like Pickford. What did you expect? It was never going to reach that. It was never going to reach it to save it. And they just took the game away from Everton. And that's
Everton,
when a lot of people start to see that, listen, this lot ain't playing. But forget Everton. Just look what they did. Just look at them the swagger they play. And he, my man, Pep people should call him Uncle Pep, blood. Like, bro, this man's about to win 5 out of the 6.
Brother, man.
He's schooling all these managers, bro. The way he changed around the team, he went to a back 3, right? Again, drop Stones in, put Bernardo Silva there. This man can just take out Mahrez and put Silva there. Can just take out Foden.
This guy can just tweak his team.
The way he can tweak the team and the system and the it's not even
and the work.
Forget all of that, because any manager can tweak a team, but the competence of the team has to be competent enough to carry out the system and the instructions, right? and be disciplined in how they execute it, bro. Yeah, that's what them man they do. We're not there yet, but we had the capability of beating all these other teams to put us in front of them and build up that cushion. Right? And the amount of consecutive games that they can go and win, They're on their 15th game yesterday. We won
Yeah,
two games, 3 games in 10 games. That's a lot of points. That's bro. You know what I mean? No, that's a lot of
man,
points. That's a lot of
shocking, man.
points dropped, and that's why we find ourselves where we are right now, man. You know what I mean? It's crazy. It's crazy. Sorry about my 10-minute rant, but I had to get it
No,
out,
no,
man.
no, bro, no, bro,
I
no,
had to
bro.
get it
See,
out.
yeah, see, yeah. There's a reason why I just didn't want to just cut in, too much, in that rant. Just give us because I want you to speak your mind, yeah. Because you know what, yeah. Over 3, 4 shows I've had this week, I've really had time to really like go think back, yeah. I just felt like probably maybe my demeanor this season, yeah, about Arsenal Football Club has been questionable. Yeah, I really pushed that team to a pedestal that when we're not at, we're not at that
We're not
level.
there yet.
Yeah. We're not at that level. I really thought that this team could really push and push and push and just get to the end and at least give the effort in the last 10 games. And it gets me questioning, yeah, why is it always in the last 10 games of the season that Arsenal deem it fit?
It's
See, not even in December, yeah, not even in January, bro, in the penultimate month to win the league, that's when we deem it fit to just go and bottle everything. And as if that's not enough, at home, the fans had to watch us being battered by Brighton Football Club.
mm,
Ola, Ola man, that's a bitter pill to swallow.
it
Like
is.
no fan should see that. Yeah, at a time where we even still have a chance because Brentford still have a chance, of at least going into that matchup and creating magic and at least trying, at least right.
Bro,
Anything can happen, right?
the way
Brighton could still go in there and do, cause some magic. Chelsea could still do something.
exactly. You just never know. It's the Premier
Oh,
League. It's the Premier League,
just
and that's why the Brighton game hurt so bad. The way we didn't turn up. And we played at home to play in front of our fans, and our fans leaving the stadium in the volume that they were leaving.
but would you
Uh,
blame the fans? Because that was also
no,
a
no,
big
no,
talking
bro.
point.
I'm not
Would you
having a go
blame
at
the
the
fans
fans
for
here.
walking off the stadium? Because all I see, yeah, I've seen many YouTubers, yeah, they've been blaming, most of them have been, calling those fans that left a disgrace, this,
Ah,
that.
bro.
But you know what? Yeah, I feel differently about that, man.
I've been to
See,
I've been
Ola,
to the Emirates many times.
at the height of inflation in the UK, a guy, a girl, a lady, a kid, a father, a couple decide to bring £100, £200. You know how exorbitant Arsenal tickets are, yeah?
Expensive, man.
And
Expensive,
then you
bro.
go and buy that ticket, and then only to see Brighton decimate us, disgraces the way that they did that day. Even if it was just 1-0, bro, one, two, three, the highest defeat that Brighton has ever given us. Why do we
Yeah.
keep creating all these records?
It's
Yeah. And it's shocking, man. No Arsenal fan should see that. So whenever I see any YouTuber, talking tough over those guys that left the stadium, in fact, I question their mentality for even uttering those words about these fans. Every fan should be angry at what they saw against Brighton. So if they decide to leave, just to walk out, I won't blame, I won't curse them.
mm,
Is it the right thing to do? Well, no, but I won't curse them. I won't cast judgment on those guys. They felt pain, yeah, and me too. I literally felt serious pains that they have not recovered from that hurt. I got that day. Ola, have you recovered from that hurt? What would you
no,
say about those fans that left that day?
no,
Would you
no,
cast judgment on them? Like, what's your own idea about those
no.
fans that left
I,
that day?
I mean, for the fans that left, I've been in those situations many times where
Mm, mm,
you're not really seeing what you've paid to come and say. Obviously, you've come to support, but there's still a lot of people that live outside of London, right? And that's number
Mm-hmm.
one. Number two, there's a lot of train shenanigans that's going on at the moment with train strikes, trains not moving according to train times as it were. So
Mm-hmm.
I can say a lot of people thinking, boy, this game ain't worth it. I ain't looking to miss whatever train is available or be that I've missed trains so many times where I've had to take a taxi. I've had to take a taxi from London to drive over 100 miles, and then that cost me over
Yeah.
$150 on top of how much I paid to go and watch Arsenal in the first place,
To go and
because I
watch
stayed
Arsenal in
too
the
long
first
in the
place.
stadium, because I
Oh,
stayed too long. So I'm not blaming them people that walked out if they don't want to miss their
it
team. I
hurts.
mean,
It
but
hurts.
these are
Big
these
ups,
are things.
MEFC Global is in the chat. Yeah, the Man United fan is trolling us. Or like, it's trolling us. Yeah, he has big words
No,
to
I
say to
mean,
us.
look,
Yeah,
I
and I
mean,
think we do deserve this.
it's
Amy
not it's
Baba,
not the only
big
one
ups
that's
to you.
trolling us.
Amy Baba, our biggest guy
Everyone is
there.
trolling us. Have you seen
Sayid,
Ivan
big
Tony?
ups, man.
Bro,
Sayid.
have you seen Ivan Tony today? I'm gonna send you what he said. I'm gonna
Oh my
WhatsApp
God,
it to
I
you
saw
right
what he
now.
said, man. Oh
Oh,
my
you
God,
seen
he
it?
said, "I've seen it, man." He
All
said his
right,
biggest
okay.
regret is
Everyone is
betting.
trolling us. His biggest regret was betting
Oh
on
my
Arsenal to
God.
win the league. Like, bro,
Jeez.
Paddy Power's trolling us. They brought the biggest bottle outside the bloody stadium. Like everyone is at it. Everyone is killing us.
Oh my
It's
God,
good, bro. Get ready, man. It's
man.
gonna be a long summer, bro.
It's
I'm
good.
telling you, bro, it's gonna be a long
Bro,
summer. It's gonna be a
bro,
long
it's
fucking
gonna
summer,
be,
man.
it's gonna be a hot summer, man. And again,
Yo,
yeah, see, MCFC Daps will be coming here next week, Thursday. Me, MCFC Daps will be down here, yeah.
mm,
One Touch TV will be down here on Thursday next week, 7 p.m. Guys, you have to join us for that one because, see, I'll be tendering a public apology to MCFC Daps, yeah, because uh, it came on the show. It's giving me my biggest views, yeah, nearly up to 6,000 views
mm.
that day, and I
Big up
was
to him.
marching off to him the other
Big
day,
up.
treated him badly, I told him that Arsenal was going to win the league, and I don't care what Man City was going to bring, to the table, and you know what, yeah, this guy just managed to blow that smoke up my face this season, yeah, and I'll be tendering a public apology to
Oh,
because that's part of the
I'll
bargain.
be watching. I'll be
I'll,
watching.
I'll be tendering the apologies,
That
man, to
that's
this guy.
that's
Yeah, and
probably that's probably the one thing that no one can catch me on record saying that
I
Arsenal
know,
was gonna win. You won't find it anywhere, bro.
I know,
You
I
will,
know.
there's bare people that try to draw it out of me, but you won't find it anywhere. You
No,
will
but
not find it.
wait, Ola, wait. Let's check the technicalities involved in the whole thing. Yeah, is there any team who is technically bottled or league? You're leading December. Forget the days, 248 days on top of the table. Yeah, it's a record.
Mm,
Forget that record, the dates, yeah. Let's just talk about the months. You lead by December. Technically, in the league, if you lead by December, people begin to see you as, okay, you're serious, right? Not
mm-hmm,
the finished product, but people begin to look at you like, okay, one of those teams that can at least challenge for the
mm,
title, right? At December. Good. You get to January, they start looking at you as genuine title contenders, right?
right.
And then you lead in February, you lead in March, and then by April you pass the torch to the team that that definitely will win the league this season. It, this hasn't happened. It hasn't happened to any team.
Mm.
If you lead in December, January, February, March, you win in the league. You win in the league. So it's not. See, it's not hard to conceive. It's not hard to have that perception that Arsenal should have won this league this season. It was ours to lose. And I'm sorry, man, Ola, man, we bottled it. We bottled it. Yeah. We
I
fluffed
don't
our
even
lines.
I wouldn't even I would bro. I still feel like Arsenal played April Fools on us, man.
Oh.
Um,
Oh,
because
no,
nothing
we
happened in
gobbled
April.
everything. We gobbled everything. We gobbled everything.
Bro, it looked like they played April Fools on us, man. And I mean, to
Uh-oh.
not play players like Trossard, Kivior,
Mm,
and persisting with Holding, persisting with even Partey in poor form when you could have played Jorginho in some of them games. Persisting with Zinchenko when we were conceding goals time and time again on his side. These were expensive, bloody mistakes that you could not be learning on the job in a title race. You're in a title race against
Ola,
the
I have a
man that
problem.
you work. Look, if you're not in a title race to just anybody, you work with this man for years, bruv. You know this man inside out, according to him.
Ola, let's look at this holistically, yeah. Because I asked Ryan, me and Ryan, we started this station together. He's a big friend of mine, the Ryan and Claude show. He didn't have the clear answers. He gave an answer, but of course, it was in the middle, and I do respect Ryan. Ola, can you give me the answer to this question? Who is to, you know what, yeah? When there's a problem, even in offices, yeah, when employees mess up, yeah, you know, when you don't achieve your set goals, even at work, office, someone is to take the blame, right? They have to
Yeah.
apportion blame to someone,
Yeah.
right?
I mean,
Yeah. You have to be accountable. You have to be
accountable.
responsible
Yeah.
towards
Let's
something.
talk about
See,
accountability here.
Ola, you've seen how the season has fizzled out.
Mm-hmm.
We've lost it out. Yeah. Who would you pitch the blame on for this capitulation? Are you going to blame the manager? Are you going to blame the players? Are you going to blame the board? And mind ya, me and you cannot keep talking about this board because Ola, the board in 7 seasons, in 7 seasons, this board have thrown out £1 billion.
Mm.
In
We have
transfer
spent
fees.
money. This illusion that we don't spend
1
money
billion,
is
Ola,
ludicrous.
£1 billion
We've spent money,
in signings. Ola, let's don't mince words here.
Mm.
1 billion. That's how much you spent in seven
and
seasons. Ola,
don't
Mikel
you've not even
Arteta,
counted the contracts we tore up.
Mikel, exactly. Mikel Arteta have spent nothing less than in 4 seasons. Yeah, he spent nothing less than 500 million pounds. Let's not even talk of players he's chased out the football club. Ola, who do we pitch this blame on right now?
For me, the manager has to take some of the responsibility, as I just pointed out, of what happened in April. Manager has to look at himself. The players take a larger portion of the blame, and I think Edu has to take some responsibility as well in January, because some of the, I mean, we was already top of the table in January. We got through with Jesus, being injured in the World Cup, and everybody was still begging us for a striker, but we went with Nketiah anyways. He didn't do too bad. He scored some of the goals that were needed to keep us top, but ultimately we needed reinforcement in other parts of the pitch. Right? Okay. Hindsight is a wonderful thing. It didn't affect us too much until down the line.
But
And
again, we
then
had
it's
a couple
showing.
of draws in that game, right? With Nketiah, right? We had a couple of draws. It's not good enough.
Draws.
Look at
Again, like I
Alvarez.
said,
If Haaland
but
is not playing, Alvarez is coming. He's scoring. He's scoring goals.
you know how people are. You know how people are. Yeah, they're gonna say it didn't affect the top spot, right? So check this out, right? So I'm saying there are certain positions that even Arteta did not trust people, on the bench that he'd already bought for those games. Even the Lisbon game, and this is why I was so angry about all the cops. How many times did I come up here cussing about us just throwing the cops away? Like, it boils my peace. Like, and people were
But
talking
again,
about,
we're thinking that we're gonna fry the bigger fish.
bro.
We're thinking that the Premiership is
I
a
was
bigger
saying
fish.
to people, I was saying to you, bro, everybody that was talking about this bigger fish, I was saying to you, man,
bigger fish.
You know what I mean? You man are trying to fucking cook a big fish with no seasoning, bro. And you go end up with fucking eyes and bones. You know what I
We
mean?
wanted to fry the bigger fish, and we had no oil to fry
Uh,
the fish
bro,
in the first place.
it
No
went it
oil.
went just that. The rest of the league was hoping we choked on this big fish. And look what happened.
Oh my
You know what I mean?
God.
The rest of the league was hoping that we can't just go out and just throw cups away the way we did. Like we just threw the cups away like it didn't matter. Players were
The
coming off the
Europa
pitch
League.
smiling.
The Europa League.
That
Look
Europa
at
League,
it.
mans were coming off the pitch
Oh
smiling, bro. I
God.
see couple man smiling, giving the other opposition a hug, smiling and
A
whispering to the
hug.
air and shit. Like, bro,
Exactly. Giving
are
them a
you taking
hug.
the piece?
A brotherly hug. In,
Do you know what I'm trying to
in a
say?
competition that
And
it
are you
took
not
you
hurt that
hours
you're
to
out
win.
of this competition? Are you not pissed off? And then you see the press conference the time after that, and then you think it to yourself, oh, so what was this your plan all along? They made it look like it, you know. So these were the things that really and this apart. We can't talk about the
A lot of
board in this
excuses, yeah, going. They've put up the cash. Those guys have put up the
we
cash
can't talk.
because I know those Wenger years, yeah. Well, we're even looking for even 10 million pounds to just even get, to just get a player, just 10 million. But bro, these guys have spent nothing less than 1 billion in 7 seasons. See, we cannot keep laying the blame in the hands of the Kroenkes. They've tried, man. 1 billion
Yeah,
pounds in seven
look, you
seasons.
can't you can't you
It's
can't look at
huge.
the board here.
500 million.
I'm not looking at the board here. I'm looking
I'm
at
not even looking
the
at the board.
incompetence of Edu in ability to get big deals over the line. Look, since he's
Over the
been with
line,
us,
yeah.
and I had this conversation with Matty. Yeah, big up the Savon Gunner. How many big deals? 80 million, 90 million. You see how Chelsea just go and get 80 million done. Mudrik, we lost out on it. Caicedo, we lost out on it. You tell me
we
what?
dodged the bullet though with that
No,
Modric
bro.
deal anyway.
We didn't know that. Nobody knew that. Yeah, and like I said,
Well, we
hindsight is
know that right now, right?
no. You can't. No. I'm talking about Edu's job here. I'm not talking about
Okay.
Arteta and what he could have done with Mudrik. Or I'm just talking about Edu and his role and his job.
Role. Yeah.
Tell me what big deal 70-80 million pound plus that Edu has brought to Arsenal since he started the job. Name one. Big deal. We see United pulling Anthony.
None.
We see Chelsea pulling Mudrik. Yeah, Caicedo, the deal got blocked. Tell me one big deal. You can get all the medium deals done, all the 25 million, all the 40 million deals. Where is the 80 million pound deal?
Where's
This
the
Declan Rice,
deal?
are you certain that he's going to get that done? Does he have any proof or any?
We'll come back to transfers. Although I heard Arsenal are putting a cheeky bid of about 50-70 million. So I don't know.
When you ask me who's been responsible, who do I hold responsible? These are my case dockets for each and every single one of these individuals. The manager, I've already said, with his subs and some of leaving some of the players on the bench and persisting with certain players, I've already said that. Then with Edu recruitment, you done well with certain recruitment. I was loading them up for the Trossard thing. You know what I mean? Jorginho, he didn't really fill me with joy, but okay, he did a thing or two. Fair enough. And then Kivior, Kivior, 2 performances now that I've seen. He only did well in one, and that was the Newcastle game. But we brought him on against Liverpool.
He actually, to be fair, he did well in the Chelsea game too. He did well in the Chelsea game.
Okay, all right, maybe all right. Give him Chelsea game as well. Give him Chelsea game as well, right? But what I'm trying to say is, if we're gonna bring in somebody, right? The manager surely had a say in who he could have brought on. I mean, he could have brought in with Edu, right? So when we're going through these games, why are you persisting with Rob Holding when you just spent 24 million pounds on a player to hit the ground running? We buy players in January to hit the ground running, just like Trossard did. Trossard was the only decent signing that came in really for us in January, bro. You know what I mean? And like you said, we dodged a bullet there with Mudrik, but we didn't know hindsight is a nice commodity, but
Yeah,
we
yeah,
did not
yeah,
know
yeah, yeah.
what
True.
these players were going to do for Chelsea or Trossard was going to do
Mm,
for us, right?
mm,
And even
mm,
though the, for me, the players got to take a big chunk of this blame now, because
mm,
they're the ones that's out there on the pitch. They're the ones that weren't really pulling their weight in some situations that really cost the team, you know. And
mm.
some of it were unlucky, but a large portion of it was down to these
Of
players.
it. Yeah.
And
What about our what
Ateta
about our
himself,
medical team? What about our medical team? Our players just get injured all of a sudden. Look at William Saliba. Immediately he gets injured,
you know what?
the
I,
whole
I
thing
I want to say our
derails.
medical team has
Our
done.
title challenge derails. Everything derails. Uh, Gabriel
I
Jesus
can't
gets
look at
an injury.
I can't look at our medical
We have
team
a
too much.
problem.
I can't look at our medical team too much. I think they've actually done well this season with a
Mm,
lot of the players that they've kept off the of the injury table,
of the treatment table, yeah.
compared to previous seasons and previous times. So I actually think
Mm,
they've done all right. They even went to Africa with Partey. You know what I mean? Like on
yeah, yeah.
international, that's how
Yeah.
diligent they were with some of the situations. So I give them a little bit of praise for that. Uh,
Mm.
but for me, I think the blame has to be shared around without the board.
It has to be
Now,
spread
now
abroad, right?
this summer again, the board is probably going to put the money on the table. It's whether Edu can actually get these deals over the line, because all of these
Yeah.
deals that I've mentioned, they've sanctioned it. They say go and get it done, and Edu's falling at the last hurdle. These players that want to come, but where are they? I knew Mudrik wanted to come.
Mm,
It worked for us all bloody transfer window. Yeah, Caicedo, he went on
mm.
strike, for fuck's sake. The whole of
Yeah,
January. They all wanted to come. Where are these players?
exactly. Where are
I
these
bet you
players?
Chelsea could have got them if they really wanted to. I bet you United could get them over the line. I bet you City can get them over the line if they really wanted these players. But we just
Mm.
fall short at the last fucking hurdle every time. Every time, man. Edu
It's
needs to go
shocking,
and do
man.
the big business this summer to prove to me that he can actually
He need
do
big
this job
business.
properly.
Talking about the big business, yeah. Let's go into this transfer rumor mills that we're seeing, yeah.
Mm.
You know, see, Granit Xhaka could be just one of 8 Arsenal players leaving the Emirate this summer. Ola, what do you think about that bombshell news that came out this week that Arsenal is actually negotiating a move with Bayern Leverkusen for the Usta of Granit Xhaka? When
I
that
mean, look,
news came to you, did you feel a type of way? Did you feel like, oh,
look,
we're losing this guy?
Shaka has been incredible
How
for
did you
us.
feel?
Shaka has been incredible for us this season. He's been fantastic for us this season. I'm not even going to knock him.
Mm,
He's been absolutely brilliant. He stayed almost injury free through the entire season, and this is
mm,
his best season with Arsenal in 7 years. Right, this is his best season, and look, I was ready for Shaka to go a long time ago, along with plenty
yeah.
Arsenal fans. But one way or the other, he even wanted to leave when Ateta first came in. Ateta actually
Mhm,
persuaded him to stay,
mm,
um, and promised him a few things and a role in the team, a more advanced role, which he's been doing brilliantly. Back in the last season and this season, especially. So is done. Look, one out of 7 seasons does not absolve Shaka of all the crazy fucking shit that he did at this club. Yeah, one good season does not absolve him. I'm a football fan.
mm,
I got memories.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Mm.
I'm
Horrible
not forgetting.
memories, yeah.
Yeah,
PTSD,
I'm not forgetting them things are easy.
traumatic
How many
experiences.
games? How many important games? High pressure games. I've wished seen Shaka just check out and then go and get
Mm,
himself sent off. You just do something stupid. But this
true.
season, he's hung in there. He's been part of
Yeah.
the lead, part of the leader group. Even when he's had the armband, I've not really had a problem with it because of how he's been performing this season. So fair play to him. At least we can get some value for him off the back of, off the back of what he's done this season. Maybe we can command a bit more money than we would have if we sold him to Mourinho last season or a couple seasons ago when Mourinho been chasing him. So it's crazy now that it's not even going to end up out with Mourinho. He's going to go back
Granit
to Germany.
Xhaka leaving is good riddance to bad rubbish for you, or is it?
I mean,
Are
look,
you feeling emotional in any way?
No.
Are you feeling like, oh, okay, I'm at this point that you know what? I don't really care wherever he goes right now.
Let me tell you something
Where
about
do you stand with that? With Granit Xhaka leaving the football club at the end of the season.
Let me tell you
and
something.
Guys
about...
in the chat, please just send us a message, in the chat, How do you feel about Granit Xhaka leaving the football club at the end of the season? Do you feel remorse? Do you think we owe this guy, do we owe this guy a standing ovation? Let us know, what do you think about Granit Xhaka leaving the football club at the end of the season? So, Ola, you were saying something, brother.
Yeah, something about me, bro. I don't get emotional attachment to any football player. The last person I did that with was Santi Cazorla, and since that time, that was it for me. These players, they come and go. They're all fucking mercenaries, and they will play for the highest bidder. And for that reason, I got no emotional ties to no player. Any player. But any player can be sold. I will sell Saka for the right price tomorrow. I'm telling you right now.
Ola, man, see, guys, Ola is cooking. Ola is calling the big shots
for the right price tomorrow.
See, Ola, that's a top call you're calling right now. See, in some other YouTube, space, you'll be aired out. Like they will air you like that. They will give you the air dry treatment.
I don't care.
See,
because
Ola, please explain yourself when you say you would actually flog out Saka, Bukayo Saka, if you get the right amount of money.
I mean, say what I said properly. I was selling for the right price. Everybody has a value. Everybody has a value. Every single player in this world. If you're a sports person, whether you play basketball, whether you play rugby, whether you play, even Formula 1 drivers, they all have a price. They all change teams.
True.
Everyone has a price. This is entertaining sport, and the quicker you get your mind wrapped around it, look, you can have your favorites, you know what I mean, and when they leave, you might feel certain type of way about it, but ultimately, you shouldn't feel too attached to these players, because they will leave. Only a small, minute percentage of them starts with the club and retire at the club.
But again, Ola, Bukayo Saka has been one of these youngsters, that is not technically a youngster, because he's doing what a leader in the team, an older guy in the team, ought to be doing in that team. This guy has carried this team from the start of the season. His goals have helped Arsenal this season. It's something we cannot deny. That's absolutely correct. He's had questionable games this season. He's also had good games this season. He has carried this team from last season, and mind you, back to back player of the season performances from this guy. Good. So for the past 2 seasons, he's been our best performer, right? So
it's not the first. It won't be the last. This is Arsenal Football Club.
I know, but to put him under scrutiny, do you think that we're doing the right thing? Are we doing the right thing, putting his place under scrutiny, really looking at him, mostly when he hasn't signed a deal? People are saying his deal is completed, but it's not true. It's all cap. He hasn't signed the deal yet. If he has signed the deal, please show me the paperwork. I want to see the paperwork.
I'm not here to I'm not here to kill Saka. I love Saka. I love, I mean, I love him as a human being, the way he carries himself, and all of that good stuff, right? But I'm just talking purely from from my perspective and how I look at these players now. Well,
Now,
it's been like this for a number of years, but that's just for
mm,
me and how I view players that come or even got, you know, come through the ranks in the club. Everybody has a value. They all do.
mm,
Every
they
single
all
one
do.
of them, you know,
Mm.
and for the right price, and if our valuation is met, they can leave
See,
because
I heard that his new contract that Arsenal wants to give him 300 per
mhm,
week.
yeah.
See, should we be giving this guy 300 per week?
I mean, look, for me,
Is it that too much? Have
I
we
think
learnt our lessons
I,
from
I,
the Mesut
I'll
Ozil
say this now.
debacle that we had a
I,
couple of
I'll say
seasons ago?
I'll say this now. Everybody, look, everybody has a going rate, and the
Mm,
market dictates
mm,
the going
mm,
rate, right? So
mm.
for a player of Saka's caliber and what he's capable of doing, the multiple positions that he can play, England international, and all the stuff that goes, you know, homegrown player. There's so
Yeah,
many pluses that comes with Bukayo Saka,
that comes with that. Yeah.
you know.
Mm.
So you have to pay the going rate. It's like petrol or diesel in England. Um, the
So
going
you're
rate is
saying,
one.
so you're saying he's
The
worth
going rate is
300k?
one. The going rate is 170, £1.70 per liter, right? So if you don't want to pay the going rate, go and jump on an electric scooter, and you take you to where you're going slower than you needed to get there. You know what I
Ola
mean? You
is
either pay
Bukayo
the going
Saka.
rate.
Ola is Bukayo Saka worth 300,000
It's the going rate, so it's
pounds
worth it.
per week.
It's going
So it's
rate.
worth it, right?
Yeah, it's worth it.
Good. Now let's talk. Now let's talk about someone who's questionable and who has been questionable this season in a little bit, in a way, questionable. Yeah. Good.
Mhm.
That day in the game against Brighton, yeah, and Ola, you've been saying this towards mid-season, yeah. You've been talking about this guy. We didn't look at it, but right now, you know, after that game against Brighton and after some questionable performances, I think people would love to listen to what you said back then. Right now, and it's big news. Aaron Ramsdale celebrated his 25th birthday on the same day that we played Brighton. Coincidentally, that's the same day we lost 3-0 to Brighton. Coincidentally, that's the same day on his birthday, his 25th birthday,
Mhm.
that he gifted a goal to, to Brighton Football Club, a
Mhm.
gaff on his birthday. Yeah, that
Mhm.
was his birthday cake to Arsenal Football Club on his
Mhm.
birthday, his 25th birthday. And do you
Mhm.
know what? After that gaff, yeah, the next week, Arsenal is giving this guy a new contract at the football club. Not just a new contract, Ola, yeah. They're also crowning it also. They are doubling his wages also.
Mhm.
Arsenal, the gift that keeps on giving. Ola, are you comfortable with that?
Look, Ramsdale is a decent keeper, but he's not God's gift like he thinks he is. And I've been pointing out his mistakes. For me, it's not even like God's gift like that. I
Mm,
think he is comfortable. You know why? Because he knows the
yeah,
number two. It's not going to challenge him. And
yeah,
this is the challenge for Edu and
mm,
Ateta this summer.
yeah,
When you know the person behind you ain't going to challenge you,
mm,
you get comfortable. You know you can make mistakes and start the next game. You know
yeah.
you can fuck up and it gets swept under the carpet.
It gets swept under the carpet, right?
And then you get complacent. You get bored. You want to try new things in high
Mm,
pressure games, like giving
mm,
away that goal to Southampton 9 seconds in, you know, and he just gave them the platform because now all our bloody team talk, our tactics of soaking up
out,
the game,
out the window,
everything's out of the window
out the
because of
window.
one foolish mistake. You know, a mistake I might add that could have been very, very avoided. I hate mistakes that could have been very avoided. You know what I mean?
That's right.
You can't help, right? But
Mm,
there are
yeah,
plenty of mistakes that we made, and Ramsdale included, that could have been easily avoided. easily, and you know he's made quite a number, quite a number of them, and I called him out in the middle of the season, throughout the season, and
Yeah,
towards the
you
end of the
did. You
season,
did.
like
You did. You
like
did. I
people need to
posted the
start looking
video.
at this guy and the way and
Mm.
how complacent he is, and the mistakes that he's starting to make. Like,
But but again,
you know,
is it because you see, yeah, you know what, yeah? Put yourself in the shoes of Aaron Ramsey, yeah? Aaron Ramsdale, yeah?
mm,
You come into the football club, you replace a guy like Ben Leno, who's legitimately a decent goalkeeper, yeah? He's not a
mhm,
shitty goalkeeper, it's a decent one. Good. And you replace that guy after some questionable performances from Leno, right? Good. You're number one. Ateta actually showed favoritism giving him that shirt. He showed him that, you know what, yeah, no matter what Leno does, you're my number one. That's why I got you here,
mm,
for you to be my number one.
right,
And you cannot blame, of course, you can't blame Mikel Arteta at the time. Yeah, he needed a ball playing goalkeeper, right?
mhm,
Good. Now you have Ramsdale, who's a ball playing goalkeeper. Good. Put him there for your transitions from the back, moving upwards. That could help the attack. He's no more doing that again. But look at the bigger picture. The bigger picture is that he's looking at the bench right now. He's
mm,
looking at Matt Turner right now, America's number one goalkeeper. I was looking at that guy, yeah.
mm.
Ola, he's looking at that guy,
Is this
and
this
he's
guy
saying,
that's
he's looking at that guy, and he's saying, you know what, yeah, this guy doesn't motivate me. This this guy can't replace me, man.
yep,
He's looking at that bench, and he's looking at Turner, and he's saying, you know what, yeah, you can't replace me. It's not possible. You can't do that. So at the end of the day, there's no competition for places at Arsenal Football Club right
mm,
now, because Ramsdale can comfortably look at that goalkeeping position and say, you know what, yeah, this guy cannot actually jostle me or actually push me to
mm,
actually take my shirt, come in for me. He can't do that. So why would I put up performances that'll be optimal at all times? I'm not saying he's not a good goalkeeper. I'm saying
mm,
he's a decent goalkeeper. But again, your head should always be at it 100% of the time. That's why you're Arsenal's number one goalie. And mind you, our goalie, legendary goalkeepers have been there. But, bro, the amount of mistakes. Of course, we all know that, of course, Seaman had mistake in him, right? Even Jens Lehmann,
mm,
had mistakes in him, right? But bro, not to this extent, yeah. The gaffes, the horrible gaffes we're having, in our goalie and in our defense. Shambolic, my brother, man. And there's
mm.
no jostling, no competition, on the bench. It's horrible, man. I don't buy it. So I'm looking at Mikel Arteta. Won't
Mm.
he be looking at the transfer window and saying, you know what, yeah, I think I need to go to South America. Well, I need to go to Italy and get a tall ball playing goalkeeper. Or again, you could even look into the English league, yeah, where we have proven goalkeepers. There's a goalkeeper Raya in Brentford. If you give that guy money, he would like to come to a Champions League team to come and play. If
Mm.
you test the waters and meddle the waters for that Liverpool's goalkeeper Kelleher, a ball playing goalkeeper, good shot stopper also. He could come in and do a job for Arsenal Football Club. Are you comfortable with this, or what do you think?
Um, look, I'm not, I'm not 100% comfortable, and for me, this is a challenge
Mm,
for this lot this season. We need a bench that will make the starting 11 nervous. A
exactly.
bench that will make them think twice about some of the footballing decisions they make, some of the
They've made, yeah.
unforced errors they make. You know, you just need players on the bench that
Mm,
if they come on and take over your spot, it might
mm,
be a while before you see that spot again. That's the type of quality we need on the bench. And we gotta
yeah,
get out of this
I agree.
mindset that Saka, how can you drop Saka? How can you drop Martinelli? How can you drop every player is droppable, bruv. Every
Every
single
player is
player,
droppable,
from
right?
the keeper all the way to the striker, should be droppable at any given point if they're not pulling their weight. And I don't subscribe to these, oh, play them back into form bullshit. No, earn your spot back.
And
Show
you
that in
spot back.
training and earn that spot back. And I
Just
believe
like what Martinelli did, right? He ended his spot back when he came
earn your
back
spot
and
back.
started playing well.
Well,
And
you gotta wait till the other
yeah,
man fuck up to get back your spot. That's how it's supposed to go. But there's too many guaranteed spots in the team, and I don't like it. You know what I mean? People like Zinchenko, if he's fit, he plays.
yeah.
He drives me up the wall. What's Kieran Tierney been doing on the bench all this time when he could have given us a hold? Even again in April, why is Kieran Tierney just sat on the bench? And you see what he's capable of doing. You know, all right, Brighton is not the best example, but every time he's come on the pitch for us at some point this season,
See, Ola,
he's done
even I
decent.
see,
But
Ola,
again,
even
we need the
Kylian Tierney is
upgrade.
not good enough.
Again, we need the
Even Kylian Tierney
upgrade.
is not good enough.
Or if
What Arsenal Football Club is not good enough. I saw his performance against Brighton, and
bro,
I
this
was
again.
like, I
But
don't
this is
need
what I'm
this.
saying.
I don't need this.
Again, this is what I'm saying. Brighton is not a good example.
I need killers. I need assassins
this
in that.
this is recency bias. This is recency bias that you're dealing with right here. It's fresh in your mind. I get it. But when you look at the Chelsea game, and when he came on, and look what he did. Yeah. So that's what I'm trying to say to you. Let's not look at recency bias. Let's look at what, again, I've given every player the benefit of what they've done throughout the season. But in certain games, you got to pick out where we really could have done better. And like I said, Brighton game is an odd example. And anyways, we do need upgrade on all these players. And I believe Kieran Tierney is going to go this summer. I believe Shaka's going to go this summer. I believe
He's gonna leave. He's not gonna be down for all this shit. He wants to leave.
I would get rid of
leave.
Nketiah this summer. He's got contract. We can demand good amount of money for him and go look at another forward in across the top 5 leagues and
25 million. Leave the
and see
football
what we
club.
can bring in.
Yeah.
So
I agree.
There's a lot of players for me that even Tomiyasu, I'll move him on and get some value for him.
Yeah, move on.
There's a lot of work to be done. There's a lot of work to be done.
Ola, see, there are lots of players who are leeching this football club. Yeah, Mohamed El Neni is there.
I said this with Matty the other day.
Wait, that guy hasn't kicked football. Like, why are we so comfortable? I don't know. I don't know how we're so comfortable.
Look at our midfield and look how many 30-year-olds. How many man is near 30?
He hasn't kicked football. This guy's earning money at the football club.
How many man is near 30 years old?
Shocking.
How many man is near 30 years old in our midfield? Look, just take a look. Jorginho, 30. Partey, near 30. Xhaka, El Nene.
But to be fair, Jorginho has put up good performances this season.
I'm talking about age-wise and resale value. I'm talking about age-wise and I'm talking about age-wise and resale value, right? And what we could get for these players. For me, that midfield needs a full revamp, and not just
a full revamp.
Not just a revamp. Players that's going to give them competition as well.
Competition as well, right? Good. Good. Let's see, this is the biggest, You see this summer, it's the biggest summer Arsenal should ever have in history. To be very sincere with you, this should be our biggest summer in history because we already know that we have a team right now that can actually challenge for the title, right? Because right now we're second, right? We just pushed the biggest team in Europe. We just pushed the biggest team in the league who's won nearly up to 4 league titles in 6 seasons. That's a big fit. That's a big shoe, to fill. And we've just pushed them to the last 3 games of the season. That's no little fit. We have to, call a spade a spade. Arsenal did that this season. But you know what? We are just 5 quality, not 5 players, 5 quality players away from turning this team into a title-winning team. Ola, see, I don't know what Edu is thinking down there, or what is thinking down there in that director's box. But I can give you a clear transfer plan right now. We don't even need to have a meeting about it. See, Ola, what do you think about this transfer plan? I heard that Newcastle wants Kieran Tierney. That's in the rumor mill. I also heard that Man City want to throw their hat into the show. Why not discuss with Man City? Get us a Yao Cancelo, who they sent on loan to Bayern Munich. He can play a both position in the full back position. He could even help centrally. I've heard he plays centrally also, but he can play full back. Yeah, it could help Zini. Yeah, we don't even need to go and spend money on Zubimendi or
I
Frasnada.
like
We
him.
can just
I like him, but he's
yeah.
just as bad. He's
I,
just as bad as this Zinchenko, bruv. He's just as bad as this Zinchenko. He's never in his bloody position. He's just as bad as Trent. That's just another Trent. Another another player that's a fullback that can't defend. Offensively, great, great. But bro, I want defenders that can defend, bruv.
that
I
can
don't
defend.
want
That's
defenders
another
that
thing.
like to play offensively. Forget that. I want you to do your primary job first. Your primary job. Do that
But
first,
Ola,
and then we'll
but
worry
Ola,
about all the other bits.
But but Ola, look at this transfer plan because it looks like Edu doesn't know how to create a transfer plan. But I'm just giving you just the tip of the iceberg of my own
I
transfer
get you.
plan.
I
Yeah,
get what
we
you're
can
saying.
get Gay, we can get Gay, we can get Opencano from Bayern Munich, we can
You
get
know,
Yao Cancelo if we like. See,
mm.
what about having Caicedo and Declan Rice now that Granit Xhaka is leaving the football club
Why
and
don't
make
you
that
add
midfield
Onana
a
to that
steely
list as
one
well?
and put oh my brother my brother, my
Add
brother.
Onana to
What
that
about
list.
bringing in
Why
Vlahovic?
stop
What
Caicedo
about the
and
see
Rice?
exactly the
We
two
need
of
a
them? Bring
revamp.
them because I keep hearing some fans saying, "Oh, we can do it one of them. We can do it just Caicedo. We can do it
What?
Rice." Arsenal is a big football club. How about bringing the two together? Bring the two together. Make that Arsenal team a team to be feared. And we're going to fry the bigger fish, yeah? Because,
Mm.
of course, at
Big us
Arsenal, we
Ladimus
like big
Prime. I
fish.
see you.
We
Big us
like
Ladimus
fish,
Prime.
right?
Mm. No, no,
Yeah,
no, no, no.
At Arsenal, we like fish, right? So to
Arsenal
fry
put
the
me on
bigger
fish,
fish,
bro.
what?
I just drive past the fish bar, the fish and chip shop around my area. Now I just drive right past it, man. I don't even look at
Bro,
them no more.
at
Arsenal
Arsenal,
put me off a
we
fish.
like to fry the fish, right? Good.
Mm.
Then let's go for the bigger fish. Let's bring in Declan Rice. These two together, not one, the two of them. Grand Jack is leaving. Bring the two of them together. Why not right now? Yeah, now that we're selling Granit Xhaka right now to Bayer Leverkusen. There's a player who is tearing up Bayer Leverkusen, yeah, in the flanks, yeah.
Mm.
That guy's called Musa Diaby. Great player.
Mm.
Bring this guy and give Bukayo Saka a run for his money next season. Because Bukayo Saka has been run to the ground this season. This guy's tired. He's literally he has been ran to the ground this season for the last 6 7 games. This guy's been struggling. He can't score goals. He can't even put 2 3 passes
Mm.
together. It's a big problem for Arsenal Football Club. You know, it's a big problem. Why
It
not
is.
bring in that guy? Why not throw a shot in the dark and bring in a Vlahovic? I was talking with Ladimus Prime the other day.
Yeah.
Good. Okay. We're talking of a striker. Is it not Tomori or one guy like that? I don't know. The guy who plays for Roma. What's his name?
No, he's a defender, ain't it? Tomorrow.
No.
Tomorrow
It's a striker
is it
from
striker?
Chelsea. Not
Tammy Abrams.
Tomori.
Tammy
Tammy
Abrams.
Abraham. Sorry. Yeah. A shot in the dark. Bring someone like that too. It's not my first choice, but at least go bring someone that will
Mm-hmm.
change the whole game, right? Bring in a Vlahovic. Bring in Latoro Martinez from Inter Milan. I like such a guy. Bring him. Change the squad. Bring players that can generally change the outlook of this team. We just need a few tweaks. What do you think, Ola? What are you looking at this summer? What type of players are you looking at? Who do you want to come into the football club that can help us fry the bigger fish? Because since we like the bigger fish,
I
let's talk
mean,
about frying the bigger fish in the summer transfer
right
window.
now, I could give you 5 players right off the back. I'll still go and get Ivan Tony. I'll still go and
Mm,
get Tony.
mm,
I'll go and get Madison for a nice cut price. When
mm,
I say revamp the midfield, I'll go and get Onana, get Caicedo,
mm,
give me Tillemans a cut price because they're dropping down, and
mm.
Declan Rice. That's 4 midfielders that transforms our midfield straight away. Straight away. That's 4 midfielders.
Straight away.
So that's 5 players.
Mm.
Again, go and get a defender. You know, they're looking at Cancelo like they said there. Um, but for me, I prefer more. I prefer a more solid defender. But look, that 5 players right off the back that already transforms the side of the pitch. So we have to wait and see
I
what
mean,
the club is
but
what the club are
Tillemans is
needing
on the
willing
free.
to do.
Godogan is on the free too. Godogan is on the free
Yeah, but I was
next
just talking about
this coming
revamping
summer.
the midfield of
Tillemans,
30-year-old players. Why are we going to go and bring in Gundogan
okay,
to add to what we
go
already
bring
got?
in.
And he misses more games than Partey, by the way. Everybody's looking at this
Okay,
Gundogan and he's sprinkling goals and he's looking nice to everyone. He misses way more games than Partey. So why are we going to
but
bring in a
but
player
but
that's
will he
missing
bring
that
in
many
that?
games?
Will he bring in that much needed experience? We'll be playing in the Champions League, right? The bigger fish, right?
Yeah. These
W-
players that I've just mentioned, these are internationals. These are proper internationals that
Proper players, right?
that have very
Mm,
integral role in their clubs. I'm talking about key players for their clubs. Rice is the
key
captain of
players,
West Ham.
yeah.
We're not just talking about just we're talking about proper internationals here. And I
Proper
feel like this,
internationals.
I feel like all that leadership talk, especially in this modern day, that don't mean shit no more. You know what I mean? They chuck 5 people
Mm,
together, you lot go and be leadership group and get on with it. That's what they do now.
yeah.
The captain used to be the one guy that pulls everybody by the scruff of their neck. But it's not like
Mm.
that no more in this day and age. So
Well, I know you
everything has
soon
been watered
believe in.
down.
I know you soon believing in the next 3 or 4 or 5 minutes or so. But Ola, see, news filtered through that Ivan Tony, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
has been banned for about 8 months.
Yeah.
He'll come back by January. Do you
Mm-hmm.
think any team should throw that shot in the dark and go get this guy by January? Should any team be looking at him?
Absolutely. I mean, just look at his goal return, bro. Just look at his goal return. I
I was
mean,
telling Latimus this the
and
other day.
it's no fluke. It's no fluke
Mm,
neither. He knows where the back of the net is. He knows how to
yes.
terrorize defenders. He knows
Mm,
how to play a different way if the team needs to play that way. He
yeah.
knows how to pull off just on the shoulder of defenders, and he can rough it up with them if they want it.
If they
Ivan
want it,
Tony, if you know
if
what I
they
mean,
want it, they can
if they
get it.
want, he
Yeah,
can rough
that's
it
the
up
kind of
with them.
player.
So,
Mm,
for me, I believe it's a no-brainer.
mm.
Especially if we're going into Champions League, like you said, go and get him. Go and get him. Let him sit down, but at least it will be in the deal that he's already got. That
That
look,
is already
this is bad. You know what I mean? We're gonna pay you from this time, but we want to
this time.
secure your signature, and this is an incentive for you to come with us. I'm sure Brighton will be doing everything. I mean, Brentford will be doing everything they can to keep him. They love him over there, but for the right price, every man can move. Every player can move. So
Every man can move.
I, I,
Good.
I would I would love I would love for us to put a hat in the ring for him. I'd like it.
Good. Ola, your predictions for that. Of course, we couldn't get into that game because we had, of course, a bigger fish to fry today. But maybe later
You're
on,
putting me off
we'll
a
have
fish as well, man. Not just
we'll
Arsenal.
have
You're doing it
we'll
as
have
well.
a lesser
Jesus
fish.
Christ.
We'll have a lesser fish to fry next week. But Ola, Nottingham Forest against Arsenal away. What do you think will be the prediction for that matchup? That'll be the last one. Shout out Ladimus, Andrew Bell, a big friend of our channel. Andrew Bell, God bless you. Southern Gunner, big ups to you. Ola, please. Your prediction for that
Prediction
matchup: Nottingham Forest versus
for
Arsenal.
Nottingham Forest. I'm gonna say 3-1 Arsenal. I'm expecting them. Look, we've been decent on the road this season as well. A lot of our poor performances has actually come at home. We've been very decent on the road. So that's one of the reasons why I'm going for that kind of score line. Usually I call it 2-1 narrow win if I'm not really sure, but because we've been so good on the road this season, I think we're going to go there and get a response from the calamity of a performance that they gave the fans last season. Last week,
last
uh,
season.
or
Okay.
in the last game.
See,
So
see, Ola, I'm sorry. They want a piece of you from the chat. I'm sorry.
yeah,
It's
no,
not my
no, that's
fault,
cool.
but they want a
How
piece of you.
how long
See,
is your
they said, Ola, how long is your leash for Ateta for the first part of next season?
The first 10 games.
First
First
10
10 games.
games.
Because it's after
Southampton
the
Gunner,
first
you've
10 games
heard.
that I start to really look at the table and look how the table is shaping up. I don't really pay too much attention to the table until like the first 10 games. So I'll say the first
Good.
10 games, there's 30 points available. It should be in and around the ballpark of 20-25 points.
Yeah, exactly.
Within the first 10 games.
Within the
So
first
hopefully
10
that answers
games.
your question.
Yeah,
Ola
the assembled was asking. I don't know what player the assembled was talking about here. Ola, he is a Premiership player. What about his European standard? He's talking
okay.
about
So
Ivan Toney. That's a big one. Ivan
all
Toney,
right.
European
So
standard.
so for European standard, again, like I said, these are these are international. These are international footballers. You know what I mean? Like it's they're not strangers to international nights. You know what I mean? They're not
Yeah,
strangers to
yeah.
playing foreign teams or playing against foreign teams.
teams, right?
You know, in all his career to get to where he's got to, it's not a stranger to that. It's how the manager, applies him to go out there and do his job. There's loads of players. You know, you have to
Loads
start
of
playing in
players.
Europe somewhere, somehow. You know what I mean? And there's
Yeah.
players that we also know that's got European pedigree and they do nothing in Europe.
Nothing in Europe.
You know,
Facts.
and if you look at previous seasons when we've played the B squad in Europa League in the group stages before things start to get serious, how much experience do those guys have in Europe? But they're winning games.
But they're winning games.
Yeah. So they got to get the experience from somewhere. That doesn't
From
bother me
somewhere.
one bit. And I think
One bit.
Ivan Toney will just be Ivan Toney in front of a defender and do his job properly. If it does come to that. So I don't have any concerns about that.
Ola, thank you for coming to the show today, man. Amy Baba says, yeah, Tony loves to fry the big
you
fish.
started to put me off for fish as well as Arsenal, but Jesus.
Ola, please close the show for us, man. You know this show also belongs to you too. So
yeah, man.
People,
thank you so much for joining us tonight, man. It's been a real therapy. I've not uploaded it anywhere. This is the first place that I've done it. So big up to Tony for presenting the platform for us to be able to do that. And yeah, come and subscribe to us on the Fight Week show. We've got a YouTube channel. We're doing big things. We're getting some nice recognitions out there. In the international sphere, shall I say? And big up to Black Panther for really showing us love after his fight.
Yeah.
At EFC
please,
103.
guys in the chats, please go to Ola's channel, the Fight Week channel. Do that as a favor for me. Go and just click on that follow button. Yeah, subscribe to that channel. Yeah, I follow the channel. Please just go there and show our big brother here, Ola, some love. Thank you very much, everyone who's come to the show. Chelsea Dan, I see you. Big ups to you. Please go and show Ola, our big friend here of this channel, at the Fight Week show, some love and subscribe to that channel, guys. Ola, thank you for coming to the show. Definitely, I'll see you next week. I hope I won't be seeing you in the next 3 weeks. Because
we won't leave it that long.
We'll leave it that long, yeah.
Yeah, man.
Big ups to you, Ola, man. And catch you guys tomorrow, me and Deji Sports. Big ups to you guys.
Yeah.